Good afternoon, everybody. It's Luna Bell. Y'all, I thought I'd share some of the things I remember growing up about near-death NDEs, near-death experiences, as some people call them. Y'all, these are all personal stories from my own personal perspective, meant for entertainment purposes only. 18 plus trigger warning. Some of the things I speak about are sensitive in nature. Now, y'all, my mama had, it was not unusual for her to abuse or traffic her own children in the SA, you know. That's the friendly term, apparently. Anyhow, many people's, if you look at the narcissistic framework of families and all, especially if someone has Munchausen by proxy, the flying monkeys. But my sister above me was really what I called the enforcer. I've had many NDEs experience with my mama and that sister in particular. I'm not the only one. But anyhow, y'all, there's one in particular. There was a water slide in Columbus, Georgia when they first got it. And y'all, I had went down. Of course, there's people behind me. Well, I remember, and when I got to the bottom of the pool there, I remember coming up out from the bottom, going, la, 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 all happy and shit. But I also remember being shoved back down. And I remember by who. I don't remember coming out of the water. I don't remember leaving. Now, this was not the only time. This has happened many times, different ways, different forms. What I'm pointing out is how it's continued and covered and enabled and encouraged within family units, especially when it's like my mom, when they have Munchausen by proxy with all the tendencies. Now, this sibling in particular, when she was in high school, we had to move after this incident where she got in, allegedly, a fight after school where they met up under a bridge, allegedly, right next to the townhomes where we lived at. We had to move immediately after this, and my sister had to change high schools. I'm not sure if she was kicked out of that one or not allowed back, or we were able to go to a different high school. I wasn't even in it then. She'd put that girl in the hospital and she almost lost her eye, allegedly. Y'all, these are all for entertainment purposes, only personal stories from our own personal experience, meant for entertainment for TikTok. 18 plus trigger warning. Now, y'all, I tell you these things, these just a couple of examples, all right? This is surviving a parent with Munchausen by proxy and a whole bunch of fucking flying monkeys. Now, the sister has slept. My mama used her 333, groomed her, and trafficked her. All of us. Just as she enabled, when I say enabled, encouraged, demanded things be done like this. From one sibling to the other. There was only one boy and 4 girls. 2 of the girls cannot have children. Not from natural causes. Alrighty. It's from damage. From abuse. That being said, you can imagine the NDEs and how it affects you. Most of my memories I don't remember. Most of my childhood is a blank. Majority of my life is. Now, y'all, I'm going to tell you, I'm being reminded of the word when their mind fractures. I remember when my oldest daughter was 15. And my late father-in-law had remarried. And my late husband, was, I don't know how many years, fucking my sister. But see, My husband, my late husband, was not the only member in my late husband's family that my sister was fucking. He was not the only one. Now, the mind fracturing. One of the things you know with narcissistic abuse is that you will apologize for anything and everything. You basically have no choice. If you hear someone going, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, they're being abused. I don't know what my new mother-in-law was pissed about or her children, but I remember that I and my oldest daughter, because my mother-in-law, my new mother-in-law, didn't like my children. She didn't like my youngest daughter to begin with. Then it was my oldest, or whichever, anyhow. My son never mattered to them, nor I, because we weren't considered family. But my daughter and I had to go over there to my new mother-in-law and profusely apologize for what? I still don't know. To her and her son. There was 2 sons, but I couldn't even remember my own Christmas traditions. That's what it means when your mind fractures. I remember the conversation because it was at the Christmas holidays. And normally we had Christmas, all the families gathered at my house because it was the biggest house, so there was room for everybody. Well, there was a new woman. Authority had to be placed. Her position assured. How is that continued within the Christian framework? Abuse. That's what I understood. And it's honestly the biggest reason I walked away from Christianity. I grew up in church. It was my mama's favorite mode of trafficking. The things I've seen and the abuses I've seen and experienced in the name of someone's belief system, or what I consider to be well, it is what it is. My experience is my own. My reality is my own. But it's the seeing it. It's the knowing it. It's the accepting it for exactly what it is and all its ugliness and how it's affected me throughout my life. But now what's more important to me is breaking these cycles. Breaking these abusive, continuous cycles. Generational ones. I don't care what you call them. I choose not to carry it anymore. I want to process it, grieve it, and then let it go. So I can thank you. And it said, if I don't ask, how could you ever? I think that's the question. How could you ever? How could you ever deny yourself the right or an opportunity to heal? I'm not denying myself that now. I'm grabbing it. I'm choosing me. I'm leaving their bullshit and their pain behind, their projection and all. I'm changing me one moment at a time for the better. I choose love. I choose me. And I choose to love me the way I deserve to be loved, the way I should have been. So I'm giving it to me now. And I'm the best one for it.